running a business like I wasn't running my own business. And so now it's like I'm so excited. I partnered with John Maxwell because when I do something, I make a decision to do something. I don't do it lightly. I take it personal and I give it 100% of what I have. And so I knew that if I was going to become the best version of myself, that I needed to have the best leader that I think is the best leader, and that's John Maxwell to me. And so he's become my friend, and I really want to. You guys have an amazing leader with Joe Molina. He has an amazing heart. I got to get up close and personal with him these last 3 days, and it really, really blessed me. So today I'm going to talk about what exactly is a unified team. So often we think that because we have players together, we keep recruiting people, that we have a unified team. And that's not the case. That has nothing to do with unification. A collection of individuals, a team wearing the same jersey, singing the same song does not make you a unified team. What makes you a unified team is really understanding who you are. And you have to know the vision. And we talked a lot about vision. We talked about dreaming, because this opportunity truly gives you the opportunity to dream, and to dream big. And so often we don't believe that we can fulfill our dreams because we've been programmed to think small. And it's time that we stop thinking small. In order to become the best version of yourself, there's a lot of components, but you have to have a clear, crystal, compelling vision. And so I know Joel challenged you guys, what is the PHP? What is the vision? And it's embarrassing that us MDs really didn't know it either. As often as we hear it twice a week, it has to be so crystal clear that we're sold into it. And so you can't rally around a cause. You can play the motions, you can pretend, but you absolutely have to know the vision to be able to buy into it. And more importantly, to be able to sell it to your recruits, to be able to speak the same language. And these last 3 days really brought us together as a team to be able to hit Chairman's Council. I spoke from my heart, because I truly am grateful to have the opportunity to have Curtis and Spring as my mentors, as my coaches. I am so blessed that, I had people say, well, what if you would have come directly to Max Life and not have gone to another team? No, I think it was a perfect storm. Like, I absolutely had to see what it was like on the other side, to be able to be grateful and to feel blessed to be where I am today. And so unity is what holds us together. It's the very thing, by all being on the same page, by having a clear vision of where we're headed, understanding what our role is. Like, what is your role? What is your role? You have to see yourself as part of that winning championship. We saw The Last Dance, and you have to be able to identify yourself. Like, where am I in life? We all go through seasons. And so you have to know where you're at. And as a leader, we have to understand the vision, number one. Number two, we have to take ownership of the vision. We have to break it down and say, I am going to contribute this amount to the vision. And then number three, you have to contribute to the team. Like, nobody wants a bench warmer. We all go through seasons where we have to take a back seat. I had to go through that early this year when my dad died. But there comes a time when you got to put that jersey back on. You got to have clarity, because you know what? There's conviction, because your team needs you. They need you. They need the gifts and the talents that only you can contribute to the team. And that is so important to understand. And then more importantly, we always use the word duplication. We have to pass that vision. We have to pass that vision on to our next recruits. And so that's my time. Joel, I'm going to stay on the call. But thank you so much for allowing me to speak. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. Let's give her a hand, guys. Show her some
Good
love.
job, Helen.
Thank you
Well
so much.
done, you. Good job, Helen. Lovely.
So much. Appreciate you. All right. So, guys, we're going to keep going with the program here. So the next person I want you guys to hear from, before we get into the actual training that we have for you guys, I want you guys to hear the story behind someone that made a decision to hit marketing director. And this should inspire you. I'm not going to tell her story. I'm going to have her share it. But what I want her to really speak about is, her intentions as a rookie MD and her contribution to Max Life, because she's a big part. Her contribution matters, and the contribution of all of you guys matter. But guys, she is someone very special and dear. I know her story, and she inspires me. When I heard it for the first time, it pierced my heart. And I told Helen this morning she should write a book of the adversity that she has gone through, but never made excuses. And she's someone that I definitely want to run with. Guys, help me welcome to the call, Miss Belinda. Do we have you on?
Let's go, girl.
Hello, Belinda.
Belinda. Let's
Hey
go.
guys, I just want to say I'm almost in tears with your introduction. Thank you so much. I am so humbled, so honored to get to speak with you guys. I love you guys. I love our Max Life family. Like I love. A little quick, I know I only have a couple minutes, but I started running with, going to the meetings and the FA and up and all the meetings January of 2019, January 2019. And so even though we were 50-50, I was 100% Max Life. I love my Max Life family. I love you guys. Joel, ever since I heard you speak from Big Event, man, you blew my mind. You are awesome. And I'm so glad to be running with you. I just want to say thank you again. So wow, I'm an MD. Like it's still kind of unbelievable, right? You're like, okay, wait, let me check my back office one more time. Like, let me make sure I got that email. Did they say my name? It's so exciting to hit it. Joel's right. Like I had so much adversity, so many obstacles, and but I knew what I wanted. Right. I knew what I wanted. And I remember going to our first big event 2 years ago. I'd just been in the business a couple of months. And for those that are new, that just got recruited this year, like you guys have no idea what really big event is, right? And I remember standing in line for 2 hours. For 2 hours trying to get into the general session. And I remember telling my mom, Helen, I was like, this is for the birds. Like, I gotta hit MD. I don't want to stand in line. Like, that was my motivation, is no lines. Like, I didn't want to stand in line anymore. That was, and she'd be like, bye, and go right in. And I was like, oh, heck no. Like, I'm gonna be MD. And so, I started with the business. Again, adversities. My husband has a brain injury. My grandma's here in hospice in my home. I'm the primary caretaker. And if you've ever been a caretaker, you know what that is. Like, man, that's hard, right? But I knew what I wanted, and I just had to I made my mind up. I made that decision, and I knew that nothing was going to stop me from hitting marketing director. I got up extra early. I stayed awake extra late. Like I don't remember how many calls I was making on a daily basis, but I was putting in the work. Guys, from July 15th to in a 30-day span, I wrote 32,000 points on my own, personal points. Because although everyone knows, Ashton pretty much gave me that whole layup, but the other 50%, that was me. That was me. And so I knew that I had to do it. And I had a couple people that were running, but not really running. So I was like, I'm going to hit this no matter what. There would be times where I would wake up and of course, everything, like there was I have to share this story. I woke up, it was like closeout day. Okay. And there was spilt paint. My cat jumped up on my counter, spilt paint all over, white paint, brand new floor, had to clean that up. Then I have my grandma, we have my grandma has a bell and she's ringing it like a million times. I have to run over there, go get her fixed up. Then Eli's in the bathroom. He's like, Mom, I need your help. And then, so it was just like one thing after another. And you get to the point where every time there's a new adversity, you just have to laugh. You have to laugh and say, you know what? Satan, my mom always says this, Satan, get behind me. Get behind me, Satan. So guys, make up your mind and just do it. Do it. Don't let anything stop you. I promise you, it is so worth it. When you finally get to see that marketing director, congratulations, you're a marketing director email, it's so rewarding. And so, this is where my business starts. This is where my business starts. I remember putting something on Facebook and one of the marketing directors in another team said, no, honey, you are an agency builder now. And I was like, ooh, and you guys all have the potential. Man, Champagne, I'm staring right at you. Kevin, you guys blow me away. You got this. We got to be serious about our business, right? This is now where Patrick says we are financially independent. Once you hit marketing director, like that's you on your way to be financially independent. So my intentions is still to push BCE up. My intentions is to push Max Life to the top. Man, our leaders deserve it. They are ready chairmen. In my heart, like they're already chairman councils, and we just got to get them that title. So I am so blessed to be on this call. I'm so blessed to be running with every single one of you. Take down my number. It's 806-471-3474. If you guys need anything, shoot me a text. Let's do this, guys. Thank you so much, Joel.
Great job, Belinda.
Let's go, Belinda. Good job. Congratulations, girl.
Great job. Great job. Good
Yes.
job.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
For the Lisa, make some noise for the Lisa. Let me hear you make some noise, baby. Let's go, Canoe.
Vanessa in the house. For the Lisa, what can I say? What an honor and a privilege to be with you guys on today, on this For the Lisa Friday. Hashtag For the Lisa Friday. I love that. Guys, listen. Belinda's story, I know that each and every one of you on this call, while you may not identify with everything, I'm sure there are certain parts of her story that you identify with. I was watching something from Bishop T.D. Jakes and Pastor Steve Furtick, I think, and it was about turning your pressure into power. That's exactly what Belinda did, and that's also what we have to do. That's also what I did. That's also what Luke and Chella and Joel and all of the marketing directors who fought for that promotion had to do. Had to turn the pressure into power in order to push through and make that reality of MD come to fruition. And so we need you guys to rise up, because Chairman's Council is something that is going to happen, and we want all of you all to play a part in that. Speaking of playing a part in that, I'm blessed to have the opportunity and had the opportunity to play a part in history being made with helping the first marketing director in the city of Las Vegas, the first SMD in the city of Las Vegas, the architect of Las Vegas, be put on the map in PHP history. And it was such a privilege and an honor to do that, to be welcomed into the team as one of the founders of the organization. And it's just a blessing to be able to bring up this next individual who's already spoken to you guys, but I believe that he needs proper edification. And that, once again, is the architect of PHP Las Vegas, a father, a man of faith, someone who has already made millions of dollars in the financial services sector and real estate, and just an all-around stand-up guy. Former Marine Corps Sergeant, once a Marine, always a Marine, I know that. And he has a special message that he wants to share with us as a team. For the Lisa, we are the 50% team of Max Life. We have to come through and show that. And if it's not, if you can't do it for you, because sometimes we have a guilt conscience on ourselves and we don't want to do it for us. If you can't do it for you, then I beg you, I implore you, that you do it for this man right here. And that is none other than Mr. Joel Molina. Joe, call is yours, baby.
Let's go, coach.
Let's go, big coach.
Let's
Hey, man,
go.
SMD.
I really appreciate that, man. Guys, let's get right into it. I think that you guys are going to get value out of this, because I know the marketing directors did. And I want to share with you guys. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Am I live? Okay, perfect. All right. So what I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm gonna bring Helen back up, but something that we learned at at MMA for the marketing directors. Before I do that, I wanna encourage you guys to hit marketing director, because the next marketing director meeting coming up is gonna be here. It's gonna be right there. Who can see that? Who wants to be with us at the next
Count me in.
MDMMA?
Count me in. I'll be there.
I'm talking to Anthony Washington, Brandon, if you're on the call. I'm talking to Mr. Kevin Neal. I see potential. I see potential in you guys. I'm talking to all the up and comers. Champagne. I'm talking to Kevin. Letty. There's so much. I mean, Manuel Flores, if he makes a decision to run, I'm telling you guys right now, this was like an amazing time spent together. It was a lot of fun, but we made some decisions, and we had some crucial conversations, and crucial conversations that we had, during this. We were staying at a house, kind of looked like this, but this is a little bit better, and I can't wait for the next one. But I can't wait to bring more people with me, because that's what this business is all about. So let me go ahead and unshare that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull up a document. Before going into this house, guys, we listened to a podcast. We listened to a podcast from John Maxwell in regards to building a winning team, right? And who better to introduce, this important talk about leadership than someone that works right alongside John Maxwell. I don't know if you guys know who John Maxwell is, but I've read a lot of his books. I read so many of his books, and just digging in deep with different mindsets. Guys, before I bring up, Helen, that's going to speak to you guys, and we're going to fill out the page together. For those of you guys that actually heard the podcast, this is going to resonate with you very, very well, and just to hear different perspectives, right? For me, being in that room, with different mindsets, Coach asked us a very specific question, and he said, what can everybody be a leader? And I want to, before I bring up Helen, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Unmute yourselves, and I want to hear from you guys the same question that Coach asked us. C4, Big Coach asked us, the question, what makes a leader? What makes a leader? So unmute yourselves and just tell me, throw it out. What makes a leader?
Putting your team in front. It's not about you.
Okay. That was Kevin.
Having vision.
Having vision makes a leader. Okay.
Commitment and loyalty.
Commitment and loyalty.
Being able to bring out the best in others.
Okay, I heard you. That was Anthony, right?
Being able to do things that others will not do.
Okay. I like all of them. I'm not going to answer anything, guys. I'm going to allow Ms. Helen, because she is a coach and she has been spending time and stage time with John Maxwell. But that was so powerful, what we learned about who is really a leader and what we were created to be, by our creator. But without further ado, guys, we're going to go over the first and second page of the podcast, episodes 10 and 11. Go ahead and take the call, unmute yourselves, guys, and show some love to Miss Helen Burton. She's still on the call with us. We so much appreciate you, Miss Helen. Thank you so much.
We love you, Helen. You're the best.
Thank you.
Respect and love you.
Well, I love you guys, and I have a lot of respect for you guys. And Pat, you're my favorite girl. I want you to know that. She is a servant's heart. She is amazing, and I cannot wait to taste your Thai food. So guys, y'all's answers are on point. Seriously, it's not about us. It's not about us. It's about the people that we lead. And just like Joel said, Coach shared with us, he asked us some questions, and really it's about understanding that we were all created to lead. Every one of us was created to lead. So often we look at people and go, oh, I wish I had what they had, or I wish, but you know what? God has placed that seed of greatness within you. And it is our responsibility to find it and to utilize it and to live our best lives. But you know what? There's a constant battle going on in our head. And we have to understand that we have the power. Like, we have the power to overcome the voices in our head. Patrick Bet-David did a video about that. And if you guys haven't watched it, I'll put it on the band so you guys can watch it, because you're not the only one that's going through what you're going through. We've all been through what you're going through. And so really the thing is to continue to grow every single day, make a decision, the same as making a decision to go on your MD run and hit that MD. No questions, no excuses. Belinda has every single excuse in the world to throw in the towel and say, I'm done. But you know what? She's a fighter. She's not a quitter. And more than anything, she is a contributor, and she wants to contribute to a winning team. And that's in her spirit. And so it's an attitude, guys. It's an attitude that you have to obtain. And so, so it is about, becoming better and leading, designing, creating, and more importantly, dominating, because we're going to take Max Life to the top. And so it is very, very exciting. And so, this episode right here is about the core values of a winning team. There's some core values, and I want you guys to be taking notes or take a picture. And it's so awesome that your leader found this so important to share it with you guys, because it is the foundation of your business. It's the foundation of your core being. And these principles and these values are going to serve you as a human being in your relationships with your spouse, with your friends, with, with your business associates. They're going to serve you 100%. And so, the law of high morale says that when you're winning, nothing hurts. We've all been there. That ties into the law of the big Mo, the law of momentum. I talked about that I think a couple weeks ago when I had the throne. And so I talked about the law of the big Mo. The big Mo is your best friend. It is your best friend in business, because you can feel the energy, you can feel the momentum, and so you want to obtain that. And as leaders, we're all leaders. It is our responsibility to carry it forward, to keep it going, to keep it pushing that momentum. And so you know what? Let's see. Only winners are truly alive. You've been there, guys. When you feel your best, you feel alive, you feel energized. And that happens when you're around like-minded people. That's why it's so important to create a team, a winning team that have the same shared core values, that are on the same page, that understand and adopt the vision. Okay. It is so, so important. Every time you win, you're reborn. It's just like saying yes, the big yes to Jesus. You feel it, you feel alive. And it's a refreshing. It's like taking a shower. It's refreshing. So, but when you lose, you feel very little, you feel worthless. The enemy, as a person of faith, I like to use my faith in these teachings, because, because the enemy wants us to feel defeated. He doesn't want us to be victorious. And we've all been given that seed of greatness, because we were made in the image of our Creator. And so we have to remind ourselves every single day. And I'm really big on affirmations, writing down. I challenge my people and I say, write down 100 things about yourself. I am great. I am creative. I am a winner. I am a contributor. I am a marketing director. Mine is, I am already an SVP. Like, I am already an SVP. So you absolutely have to see yourself as that person that God sees you, not the way the world sees you. And so remember that, okay? Teams are not by accident. They're not built by accident. You have to be strategic. You have to be intentional. And that's why we're always being challenged to speak our intentions, put it out there. And I promise you, the universe will help you obtain it. And so the first core value is a commitment, okay? A commitment that inspires results. Sometimes we think that we're committed, but we're really not. Are we putting in the work? Just like Belinda said, she's had a lot of major things going on in her life. Her plumbing went out during her marketing director run, and I was there. And I said, let's not worry about it. We call a plumber. It's that simple. And that's why it's good to have people that are going to help you, that are going to help you process, that are going to help you process these challenges, because sometimes they seem magnified and they're really not that big of a deal. We've just been accustomed to put more emphasis on the bad than the good. Okay. So what exactly is a commitment? A commitment, you absolutely have to understand. You have to understand it. You have to contribute to it. You have to own it. Okay. And you have to pass it on. And so you have to understand what it takes to be committed. It means you have to sacrifice. How many people have bad habits that are interfering with this commitment? Cherishing your visions and your dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprint of your ultimate achievement, says Napoleon Hill. You have to have a burning desire. Is your burning desire to become a marketing director so that you can achieve financial freedom, so that you can then contribute to causes that are meaningful? I always tell my people, if you're flat broke, you can't help anybody. You can't even help yourself. What is your relationship with money? Ask yourself that question. Because, a lot of us when we were growing up, we were told that money is the root of all evil. That's a big fat lie straight out of the pits of hell. And so you have to reprogram your mindset to believe that you are bigger, to believe that you are better, to believe that you are significant, to believe that you have purpose, to believe that you are worthy of whatever it is that God has destined for you. And so I hope you understand the importance of commitment, and I hope that you're going to be committed to us getting Max Life to Chairman's Council. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Joe.
Thank you so much, Miss Helen. We really appreciate that.
Thanks, Helen.
Much.
So core value number one, guys, core value number one, remember that if you're taking notes, you have to be committed. And a commitment that inspires results. When you're wishy-washy, we don't know if you're committed. So we don't know if we should be, really counting or your contribution really counting for the team. So when there is a common vision, like Helen just said, understand when there's no clarity on what the vision is. And coming back from Big Bear, the vision is very, very clear to us. The vision, now I understand it. Right now I can own it, like it says right there. And I'm gonna pull it up again. I'm gonna have Miss your next marketing director go over the second page, and then we'll wrap up the call after that. But basically is this: understand it so you can contribute to it, just like Miss Helen just went over, and then you own it, because the vision of PHP is so big that we all fit in it. Once you own it and you want to participate within it, then you can pass that on, and that's true legacy. So let's go ahead and share the screen again, and I'll bring up your next marketing director to go over that. But I hope you're really taking notes on this, guys, because this is that important. And for me, my commitment is to take my business serious. And I hope you can take this business serious, because if you understand the vision, you understand that this is the true financial freedom, and there's no other opportunity in America right now that can give you this in the amount of time that this can give it to you. I'm just throwing it out there. So let's go ahead and share the screen again. And guys, I want to bring up a person that I truly admire for her work ethic. And I always say this. I always say that she is the true meaning of Mamba mentality. Let me tell you guys that she was a pillar when we founded Las Vegas, the first office of Las Vegas. And we were running, guys, we were running so crazy where 70, 80, 90,000 points was not a big deal. Recruiting 70 people every single month was not a big deal. But we couldn't have done it without our BSC, which was Maricela Rayford. And she is the true, I put a hashtag on her name, the true meaning of Mamba mentality. Without further ado, she's going to be going over the second page, guys. Let's give her some love. Unmute yourselves and show some love to Maricela Rayford.
Let's go turn it on.
Look.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see everybody on the call.
Let's go, Chilla.
I'm glad to see Helen on here. It was very nice meeting Helen. She brings a lot to Max Life, but thank you so much, Joel, for bringing me on. I just want to go through this page, and guys, just keep this in mind. This was our leadership talk as MDs. We were all in one room in this cabin, and we were going over this as leaders, people who've been in the industry for years, people who have been brokers, people who have built offices, going over this. So, and we were taking notes. We were like, oh, that's so true. So if we are doing it, then be sure that you're grasping onto these concepts, because these are going to help you. Don't let this go over your head and say, oh, that's not what I need to focus on right now. I need to focus on something else. Well, if you think that, you're going to set your business back so much more. Like, just be coachable, listen to these things, because these are things that we're talking about as leadership. So thanks, Joel, for that. I'm just going to get into it. So continuing on from the first page, number 2, a commitment to loyalty. Loyalty is so huge. Loyalty must be earned, but not fought for. This is a quote from Colin Powell. When we are debating an issue, loyalty means giving me your honest opinion, whether you think I'll like it or not. Disagreement at this stage stimulates me, but once a decision has been made, the debate ends. From that point on, loyalty means executing the decision as if it were your own. So you notice on the previous page where it was saying own it, right? And some people haven't owned it yet. Some people haven't said, okay, this is the vision, I'm running with it like it's mine. It's mine now. That's huge. Blind loyalty leads to defeat. Core value number 2, a contribution that makes a difference. Nothing of worth or weight can be achieved with half a mind, with a faint heart, and with a lame endeavor. Isaac Burrow. If you aren't going all the way, why go at all? You hear the language of these quotes of these leaders. They're all in. They're all in. They're not like, oh, that's what they're doing, but this is what I'm doing, or I don't know why they do it that way. You got to own it for yourself. You can't be halfway in, halfway out. You know what the Bible says about that? That's lukewarm. You get spit out for that, right? We need to be all in. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. Ken Blanchard. That's huge. If you're coming to me with excuses instead of the results, that kind of shows, where are you at then? Are you just interested, or are you really committed? I remember in the base, there were huge obstacles for us. But my goal was never to say, this is the problem. My goal was to come back with the solution and a result. And you have to reflect on yourself. What am I doing? Am I always coming up with the problems, or am I coming out with the solution and a result? That's huge. Law of the price tag. The team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. Just like Helen was saying, sacrifice is huge. These are all huge characteristics of what it looks like to be a leader, but also what it looks like to be successful in this business, because people are going to be following you. So what are you showing? What do people see in your actions? Core value number 3, a competency level that raises the standards. Contribution deals with effort. Competency deals with ability. The law of the chain. The strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. So we're only as strong as our weakest link. And so why do you think we want our team to be strong? We want our weakest link to be the strongest still, to be so strong. And that's really true, because this is a team effort. I was reading also, or listening in the podcast, that yes, individuals have great minds, but you can go so much more further, do so much bigger things with a team by you. Yes, you might have a brilliant mind, but you're always going to do better in a team with a group. So the weak link player affects the, sorry, it's a little small for me. The weak link player affects the team 3 ways. Okay, so I'm going to go through these. I have it on here also. Did I get it? Okay. Loss of opportunity. Okay, loss of morale, loss of productivity. So think about it. I mean, if this is this me? Where am I on this list? Loss of opportunity, loss of morale, loss of productivity. Am I loyal? Am I competent? Where do I fall on this too? And really figure out, like, is that me? If it is, how can I be stronger? Questions to ask yourself about a weak player. Are they out of their league? Are they out of their position? That's huge. We were talking about that too. You could have someone that's just in the wrong position, and they're meant to do something else, and they're not in their zone, and they're like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. No, maybe you're just in the wrong position. It's like football. I don't know football that well, but if you're in the wrong position, if you're meant to be the kicker and you're over here being a linebacker, it's not going to work, and vice versa, right? What is your position? Are they out of their position? You gotta figure that out. Are they out of their comfort zone? Got to figure out people's comfort zone. I remember, I think Spring was talking about, if someone's really shy and you throw them on a crowd of 10,000 people, that's probably out of their comfort zone, and they might quit if something like that happens. Whereas someone else, that's what they were born for. Like, put me in front of people, put me in, coach, right? So you got to figure out people's comfort zones. And I was telling Luke, I'm like, that was me. That was me. I was the marketing director of the first big event I went to, and we spoke in front of, I think it was like 10,000 people. I'm like, this is my first one. I don't know, but that was a growth for me. It wasn't something that made me quit, but it was something that, man, this is what I'm supposed to do. Are they out of their understanding? Do they even understand? That's a big deal. Are they out of their performance requirements? So take these questions and figure that out. Figure out where maybe there's another position that's better for them. Maybe they haven't found their little niche yet. They haven't found that comfort. Like, oh, this is what I'm good at. Oh, I didn't realize I love this. How come I haven't done this? Where has this been my whole life? So core value number 4, communication. Communication that increases the effectiveness of the team. If one had to name a single all-purpose instrument of leadership, it would be communication. And that is huge. That is huge in leadership, in your teams, in business, with clients, with family, with friends. Communication is everything. That is the glue. That is the glue to your business. Communication, it ties everything in. Your bank account is tied to communication. Everything's tied to communication. And I feel like that's something that we could all improve on. Something I tell you, something I say that comes out of my mouth, what the intention behind it, you may not have received that. In relationships, in marriage, communication, in your business, something you might tell your team, maybe they didn't receive it the way you meant it. So communication, over communication. I don't think you can over communicate something. That's just you being out there and making sure your team understands. Don't ever feel like you're over communicating. So that is huge. But that is it for me. I hope that you guys take these and you run with them, that you start applying them, that you start asking yourself these questions, that you start applying this to your business, to your team members, to everything that you do, and watch your business change, because this was a game changer for us. And if this is a game changer for us, then it needs to be a game changer for you and your team once you apply this. And if you're like, I'm brand new, I don't even know, well, start taking it in for yourself. Stop looking at this as a spectator, and start becoming that participator. Start being the team player and saying, I'm new, but I'm going to take this as my own, and I'm going to start running with this as if it were my own, because it is. This is my team. This is my business. And I'm going to run for this team. I'm going to run for my family. I'm going to run for Max Life. And we're a big family doing this together. So that's all I have, Joel. I'll pass it back to you. Thank you for the time.
Wow, that was powerful, Chela.
Great job, Chela.
Woo, good job.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Man, guys, it's packed with value. We're just going over the first two. Next week, let's drive everybody here. And by the way, this is posted all over Band, guys. Chela just talked about communication. How do we communicate with a large team? Everything is on Band. We need to be more active with that Band. And we're going to go over, we only went over 4 core values of a winning team. And let's go over them real quick. If you didn't write them down, I would write these down. But the first one is this. Core value number 1 was commitment. Core value number 1 was commitment. And I don't think it's showing up just yet, but just write it down. Core value number 2 is contribution. Contribution. Core value number 3 is competency. And core value number 4, it's communication. Communication. So with that said, guys, we're going to go and give you guys just a little sneak preview of recognition. But we decided, and I think it'll be cool to drive everybody to the office for next Wednesday. But I want to show you guys just something real quick before we get off the call. I want to invite everybody next Wednesday to come to the office because we're going to be recognizing all the players. We were able to pick up this one. Can't show the name. We were able to pick up this one, so can't see the name. We were able to pick up the impact players. Don't see the name, guys. Try with the MVP. So we're going to be doing that next Wednesday. So all marketing directors, we have your awards, guys, but I want to drive everybody to the office next Wednesday for BOM. We're going to be all together as we drive the BOM and we do the trainings. We're going to be in the classroom and the trainers are going to be in the office. And then at the end, in front of the whole hierarchy, your name will be called and you will be recognized on that platform. So we got, 3 more? Here's another one. Here's another one.
We have some too.
Yeah, and then Apex has a whole
see the names.
That message.
There you go, Chela. Don't show the names. Don't show the names. But guys, I want to make sure that I encourage you guys to show up next Wednesday. We're gonna drive everybody to the office. We're gonna unite this team and we're gonna take it to the next level. I want to end the call with this so you guys can have clarity, just like all your marketing directors now have clarity on this chairman council run for the next 90 days. What are we calling it? We're calling it the 90 days to freedom. Guys, you fit in this vision. The vision is so big. When we say $100 billion, I mean, I want at least one of those billions, right? The vision is so big. So let me just share my screen one last time so I can share with you guys the vision of this hierarchy, because you do fit in this hierarchy. You do fit in this vision for this hierarchy. And if you want to go above and beyond and have a bigger vision, good for you. Good for you. So check this out. Check this out. The vision of Fortaleza hierarchy, you know, when we do the hosting for Max Life and coach goes over, or whoever the host is, goes over that vision of Max Life, goes over the vision of PHP. PHP's vision is so big, guys, that at one point or another, they thought that Patrick was crazy. And now they're looking at him as a prophet or something, because everything he's saying is coming to a reality. Companies that were 400 times bigger than us, now we're catching up to them. And it is projected that we are going to be bigger than the companies that have been in business for 30 years. We've been in business for 10 years, and we're going to surpass them. We're going to surpass all these companies. So guys, get excited about the vision. Get excited about how important it is for you to take this serious, because what I got from the MMA was that, man, I'm not driving my business serious because If I did, I know when my last dance is. I know that I'm going to work hard for another 9 years. March 2nd of 2029, I'm done, guys. I'm not doing more BOMs. But what I am doing, I'm going to work so hard right now because I want to create some millionaires out of Fortaleza. I want to create some financial freedom for many of you. And the vision is so big that it can definitely be done. I want to share with you guys just this, the vision, okay? This is Fortaleza, meaning emancipators, meaning Revelation and Senia, the new marketing directors that you guys will hear from. And all the marketing directors, Luke and Chella, the Puerto Rico marketing directors, and every the emancipators, Kenny Lamberson, all the marketing directors that come out of here. You know, Champagne and DeVar when they pop out as marketing directors. This right here, it's so important, and it should be important to you, but you probably didn't understand it, so I'm going to explain it to you right now. By 2029, guys, and you guys don't have to have the same last dance as me. You can go for another, I don't know, for another 20 years if you want to work. But I'm working for 9 more years where I'm going to work like I never worked before. By 2029, Fortaleza, you're good, Helen. Thank you so much, Helen, for being on the call today. By 2029, 100,000 licensed agents. If PHP is going to have 500,000 licensed agents, I want to have 100,000 licensed agents. How many of those will be yours? Maybe you're a Champagne and DeVar and you're saying, I'm thinking bigger. I want to have 200,000 licenses. Hey, let's go out there and do it. Fortaleza will be valued at $1 billion. This is 9 years from today. It's that big because of we're going international. Why can you dream that big? So if you want to be valued at 100,000, 200,000 $1 million, you fit in the vision. And this right here for something that I wanted to share with you guys too is for 2029, guys. This is what we need to do within the next 90 days. Within the next 90 days, we cut everything that Max Life needs to do. We cut it in half. And if you're a flag carrier, you're probably cutting these numbers in half. So I'm speaking to you. Every meeting, and the meeting mentality is that if the shoe fits, then you wear it. I'm speaking to you directly. You know, this is always the 80-20 rules. I'm probably speaking to the 80% of you or the 20% of you, but take this personal. Fortaleza will do 1,225 recruits. How many of those will be yours? 125 licensed agents. How many of those will be Apex? How many of those will be Emancipator? Or maybe it's larger. 1.2 million in production. 5 million in annuities, and 10 MDs. I'll stop here because this is how we're going to get the 10 MDs. Guys, we should all be thinking SVP. And within 90 days, you know, we should all be popping out at least 2 marketing directors, 3 marketing directors. That's how we're going to get to 10 MDs. Right now, we got Revelation and Senia that just popped out as a rookie marketing directors from Fortaleza. You guys will hear from them next week. They're also going to pop out 2 marketing directors. That's their commitment. Our base shop commitment is 200,000 points. 3 ring earners and become an SVP team and continue to be the flag carriers for Max Life. Guys, if you didn't know the vision, this is the vision here for 2020, this year, the next 90 days, 90 days to freedom. Everybody fits in this vision. And with that, we're going to wrap up the call. I'm going to send the call back to your host, Kenny Lamberson, so you can close us out. Go ahead, Kenny. He might be gone, right? All right, guys. We have 2 more minutes together. Actually, it's 1 p.m. I want to thank everybody for jumping on the call. Remind everybody that this is our time, guys. I need to build relationships with more people. I want to get to know you guys. I want to know what your dreams are. I want to know how we can help. Who do you guys want to hear from? Do you guys want to hear from Alejandro? Do you guys want to ask questions to a Ricky Aguilar? guys, me and Luke, Kenny, we have relationships with whoever you guys want, but I want to get to know you guys. I want to get to know Manuel. I want to get to know, the new players coming on. And this is our time. Every Friday, we need to get together for this time. So block it on your schedule because I want to get to know the new players coming on the team. It's crazy that we're in the same team and we don't know each other. And that's a commitment that I made for myself to become a better leader and to really understand the dreams and the goals of everybody within the organization. Because I believe that your dreams and your goals do fit and do matter within this organization so we can take Max Life to a chairman council team. With that said, guys, I want to open it up to the marketing directors to see if you guys have anything to say and close out the call. Luke and Chella.
No, I'm just really excited for where we're going. I feel like all the MDs did get some clarity on where we're going, where we want you guys to be also. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to get to work and to do that. So Luke's already working right now, which is why I'm right here. But we love you guys. We can't wait to meet a lot of you in office. For those who are in Vegas, we are your family. We're your cousins. I don't know. We're something. We're all related. We're all family. So we're here for you too.
Awesome. FAs and directors, do you guys have anything that maybe I forgot? Maybe something that I didn't go over before we close out the call?
Just one little thing. Just want to remind you guys that BCE is going down, so we need to keep the throne. So I don't know if everybody got my crazy text this morning where I was saying, hey, treat today like a closeout. Let's make sure we keep the throne. I was very serious. So just want to add that, guys. Let's go ahead and make some phone calls, book some appointments and all that stuff, guys, so we can keep the throne and keep bringing value to Max Life. That's all I got, Coach.
Absolutely. Get to know each other, guys. Everybody on this call is part of the same family. It's part of the same family, so always bring value to each other, guys. This is your family here. Kenny, I see you on. Do you have anything to say or anything to close out the call? Okay.
No, sir. I'm fired up, ready to go.
Okay, hey, drive. I love it. I have your trophies. That's I want to let you know. I have your trophies. So let's drive everybody next Wednesday. Let's rally all the team together. We might have to have everybody take like a COVID test or something. No, just kidding. Hilarious. We'll figure something out. We'll be clean. But let's drive everybody to the office next Wednesday. I want to rally everybody up so we can really be united, really be on this run together. And let's see some more MDs pop out for sure. Love you guys. With that, we'll close out the call. Ooh, there we go. Love you guys.